All right, good evening. Coach Ethan Cubit, Ironclad, CrossFit, coach's development, homework lesson 13, scaling for all athletes of all levels in a class. So the workout that I chose is one that I will actually be coaching this week. And the workout is for time. You have 80 alternating dumbbell snatches at 35, 50 pounds a piece, 80 sit-ups, 80 lateral burpees over the dumbbell, and you finish that off with an 800-meter run. We have that for time this week. The stimulus that we're looking for here is 14 to 20 minutes. How are we going to get there? We're looking to do our snatches in 4 minutes or less, sit-ups in 4 minutes or less, burpees 6 minutes or less, and our run in 6 minutes or less. Now, for my athletes in my class, I do actually, tomorrow I have athletes of all for beginner, intermediate, and advanced athletes. So for my beginning athletes and my beginner athletes, overall, first thing I would tell them is drop the reps. First thing that we can do, we don't have to do 80, 80, 80. Maybe we do 65, 65, 65, 60, 60, 60, or even maybe 50, 50, 50, and then finish off with maybe like a 400-meter run or something that they can do. From there, for the dumbbell specifically, we lower the weight. If going from the ground doesn't feel good or it puts their back in a compromised position, we can always go from hang. If going overhead doesn't feel good either, we can always switch that to a power clean there as well. For the sit-ups, we can go with banded sit-ups. We can go with minute plank holds. We can elevate those plank holds, or we can even switch to a dead bug for my beginner athletes here. For the run, scale back the distance. We're looking again to be less than 6 minutes. If running is completely out of the question for that specific athlete, maybe they're that deconditioned, we can go to minute efforts on the machine. I'd say anywhere from 4 minutes to 4 minutes and 30 seconds on and off efforts. Even when we have to switch to 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, we can do that over the span, I would say about 4 minutes if they're really deconditioned. For my intermediate athletes here, again, volume is usually probably the issue. They can do all of these movements. So I would scale back reps. I would scale back reps here. Overall, again, for these, I would try and push them to try and keep that there. But if they need to, we scale back the reps. At least for certain movements. Maybe they can do 80 alternating dumbbell snatches, but 80 sit-ups is not enough. We can scale back the reps here. If 80 burpees is too much over the dumbbell, we can scale back 80 burpees over the dumbbell, and maybe we scale back the run. So at this point, we're just playing with numbers because it's usually a volume thing for these athletes. For dumbbells, again, we can always scale back the weight again as well. If 50 is too much or 35 is too much, we can scale back the weight. For sit-ups, maybe we have a band and we call that plan B, or we give them a timed effort, as many as you can in 4 minutes. For burpees, same thing. We scale back reps. Maybe we switch them to squat thrusts as their plan B. Or again, we have that athlete go for a timed effort of 4 minutes or less. That's why the strategy is so important. For the run here, we scale back the distance to keep them underneath that 6 minutes, or give them a timed effort if they're on a machine. For my advanced athletes over here, I'm telling them push the pace. Push the pace here. We're looking for large sets here, but doing it smart, so we can get as much continuous movement as possible through the first 3 movements here. And then on the last, I would tell them to push the pace on the run for my advanced athlete there. And this is how I plan on scaling for the class that I coach this week. So that's how I would do it. Let me know.